How's everybody doing out there on YouTube? It's Haight here, coming at you with a Quake Champions video. This time around, I want to talk about an interview that pocket-lint did, sitting down with Tim Willits, asking him a few questions, specifically about Duel. Quake is arguably the granddaddy of all esports. It paved the way for esports as we know today. So I wanted to talk about Duel in Quake Champions. Tim had some very interesting things to say. For example, there are a lot of first-person shooters in the esports world right now, but they don't have 1 versus 1. Our Duel mode allows you to pick your group of champions and then compete 1 versus 1, so there's more strategy. What do you guys think about this? Picking up the 3 champions and dueling it out for the top spot. Now, I have a feeling a lot of the old school hardcore Quake fans are not gonna like this. Quake has always been that type of game where everybody starts off on a level playing field and you have everything available to you that the other person does. The only thing that separates you is your skill, your reflexes, your timing, and your overall understanding of the game. No one character was better than another character. So this is going to add a whole nother layer of diversity coming into Quake Champions that wasn't there in any of the previous Quakes. He goes on to say, depending on what the other player picks, you can really have a lot of thinking to do and analysis in the matches, and it becomes another layer on top of just the raw skill that I think people will really be encouraged with. It fills a nice little missing 1 versus 1 hole that we currently have in the competitive game industry. So what do you guys think? Do you think that there's something missing in the competitive gaming industry? Do you think that this could fill that little niche? Personally, I'm willing to try it out and give it a shot. I never was really big into Duel in Quake or Quake 3 or QuakeLive. I was always more of a team-based player, personally. I like to play games like Clan Arena or Rocket Arena 3 for all you old schoolers out there, and specifically TDM and Capture the Flag. So I want to give Duel a little bit more effort this time around getting into Quake Champion. Also, I believe that choosing different champions at the start of the match is going to really bring some new dynamics towards the meta of Quake Champions. You're going to have to think about what the opponent's picking and what will work best to counter that, or what will work better for you depending on the map that you guys are playing. Willits has this to say on it. Our current Duel mode allows you to bring 3 champions into the match, so you'll need to figure out which ones will work best. Like for instance, Galena is better in team modes, I believe, than 1 versus 1. But then I had an argument with one of our programmers who said, no, you can use her offensively in 1 versus 1, and if you play her like this, you'll have an advantage. He goes on to mention, we're waiting to hear back from our fans after our closed beta test about what people think of Duel. We may tweak it some, but our current plan is to start with 3 champions. So already there's a little bit of a debate brewing on the early meta of Quake Champions Duel. What do you guys think? Is this something that you're going to give a shot? Or would you like to see the original Duel settings in Quake Champions? It's been said that you will be able to play classic rule sets, so which one will you guys be playing? For me personally, I'm going to give it a shot. Like I've said in many videos before, I want to keep an open mind coming into Quake Champions. I'm really hoping to get in on April 6th. If you have not already, make sure you sign up for the closed beta. If you're highly anticipating Quake Champions and you're on the constant lookout for new information about Quake, think about subscribing to the channel so you'll be notified when my next video releases. As always, I'm Haight. I'm going to see you in the next one. It's GG. No re.
The art of a good death, until my very last step. The stereo blast past buried gas for breath. The fact I don't care is an invaluable asset. An infallible flow here, not a challenge I haven't met. Forced to find balance in beats and raw talent. Free speech.